The Richthofen is a German tech tree CV, tier 10. She has AP rockets, which were newly introduced with the German tech tree line, and she has armor-piercing bombs as well. Her bombs are built for battleships, the rockets are built for cruisers, and the torps can interact with destroyers, but in general, the torps are not, they're not high damage. They're just fast. They're accurate, but they're low damage. I'm going to take additional secondary range, not because I expect to use it, but just because we'll have it in our back pocket if we need it. Take additional health on the rockets, because these are extremely important. If you're not getting citadels in a German cruiser, you're falling behind. So giving some health to the rockets because we have heals on the torps and the bombs. And I'm actually doubling down with squadron consumable for that, making the heals last longer. Then we have additional speed to kind of double down on the German gimmick of moving really fast because their planes have very little health. For the commander, I've actually altered this pretty heavily. I did this when we were playing ranked. I really wanted to try out the fighter build, and turns out that the planes on the German CV are so fast, it helps with positioning to drop the fighters, especially against like a a Roosevelt, which has just monstrously tanky planes. So I've gotten rid of more. I've gotten rid of some of healthier to double up on the additional secondary stuff, which the reason for that was in ranked, there were a lot of DDs, and the German CVs are not strong against destroyers at all. So because of that, we do have secondaries to try to be able to help. We have additional heal, as well as an additional charge because we have a heal on the torps and the bombs. We have additional engine speed and additional raw health, because the German CVs have very little raw health in their planes. And then I have additional patrol range, additional fighter consumables. So we have 4 instead of 3 per plane. Additional patrol range, but they don't actually spot enemy ships anymore. And they don't get attacked by enemy fighters. So if I try to defend somebody, they stay defended. The enemy CV can't pull the fighters away. They stay on station until they leave or they shoot stuff down. And then lastly is enhanced reactions. If you come into that radius, normally there's like a 1.5 second, 2 seconds before it latches. It latches basically immediately now, which means I can actually protect people if I put a fighter on top of them and expect that the fighter's going to do stuff. That's just an additional secondary flag, and then we have econ stuff. Do I record these? So if you go to that, all of my past broadcasts are available for like a month or 2 after I do it. So theoretically, if you wanted to watch some other stuff, you could. Also, I do have a YouTube channel where I upload all of my ranked content because people like to see ranked stuff. I've done 2 full regrinds on the British line as well as the Japanese line. Eventually, I'll regrind another one. And then also, you know, if I have a really good game and I kind of remember, I'll upload it on like a match of the day. Sometimes I have responses. So for instance, and this was quite controversial, Potato Quality released a video talking about how he believes CVs don't belong in the game. And I was asked, you're a CV player, what do you think about this? Okay. So I went through the whole video and I responded to it. It was a 45-minute video. My response added another 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. It was a lot. I do talk a lot, but it's very important to me to express the mechanics or the concepts or the ideas of what's going through rather than just kind of like say something. So we did that. Okay. So we are against an FDR. This is an SCCC member. So typically, we can drop a fighter and we can trap these. The FDR planes are so slow that we can drop a fighter and he can't get out. But he can recall. So if we trap him, screw it, they leave. The thing is, if the FDR is going to be moving very slowly across the map, if we intercept them halfway and make them leave, then we get to strike something and they don't. They get to go back and then slowly come back across the map again. So some people will say, you know, fighters, they could just go somewhere else. They can just do something else. That is true. But against an FDR, which is as slow as it is, you can actually kind of block them from being able to really aggress your team for a while, which is nice. So that should latch and remove 7 of his rocket planes unless he chooses to bail, which I think it should latch right about now. And there we go. It's already latched because of enhanced reactions. and he had to bail. So he wasn't able to come over and actually strike anything. He might have been able to light the Des Moines briefly, but that's going to be all that he was really able to do. And let's see, as far as cruisers, we could strike the Stalingrad. We could strike, there's absolutely no DDs here, which is kind of crazy. I think we could strike the Balti, so that's what we'll do. German rocket planes can turn extremely aggressively, which is what we're going to do here. Trying to come in and catch the Citadel. Which we got 4 Citadel pens. We took 19 off of, or sorry, 17 and a half off of him. So we were able to hit him extremely. But he also didn't turn, he just kept going forward. So the reason the rocket planes can turn so aggressively is because if you have a good broadside shot and the enemy just turns, you don't get citadels. And you need citadels to do the damage that's supposed to be there. They pulled damage out of the torps just so that, I guess I have to track this, make him leave. He's gonna hook in on the Pommern, but yeah. And he's going to get a burst of speed after that. That's a little bit of the slingshot animation. Yeah, whatever. So he's going to leave. What do we go after? I'm sorry, because I'm talking, so I need to be paying attention, but at the same time, it's important to describe stuff. So if the enemy cruiser can turn, you need the planes to be able to turn as well, so that they have counterplay, but you have counterplay. Also, another thing that you can do is, like, I could strike the Baltimore from this position. I couldn't strike from this. Why? Because there's an island in the way. And the way that the planes react, the rocket planes react to islands, they lurch up extremely high. And it totally changes the shot characteristic. We might be able to make this. He turns out, right? Because he doesn't want to get just wrecked here. We got something. We got a little bite off of him, which is not very big. Gonna go back in after bombs the Des Moines. We have 8 seconds on this. I think we can try to catch him and force him back. He has to pull away from this, I think. Yeah, he cuts off wide. The Des Moines is super exposed. He doesn't have any teammates or anything with him. Just got a whole bunch of nothing. Might be able to go in on the Pommern, but I think the Pommern is going to be able to turn. Still, that should stop him from a follow-up, because that latches there. So he gets 1 drop and then he leaves, which is okay. It's more about the FDR being able to take a position and just kind of live in it, is my bigger concern. Plus the Pommern's going to have at least fighter coverage for a little bit, but realistically I need to stop talking and actually try to play ahead of the enemy CV as opposed to just responding. We do have a heal here, which I think I use. There's Stalingrad as AFK? That's rough. I think we get this drop. The heal just ended. We're turning to the right away from the Stalin AA. Single, he turned in too hard. Maybe I can work on the Balti? Where is the enemy CV? What are you doing? I don't see planes. I think I go for the Balti. There we go. He's over there working on them. So good shit from the Nevsky being able to take that. I think that's pretty cool. We'll go in on the Balti here. Maybe we get 1. I might have overled. This is, unfortunately, this is super far away. I don't think I can really assist this. I think I need to try to break this so we can take A and start to wrap. So that's actually what I'm going to start to do. I'm going to start moving up and try to hard pressure this so that we can move forward, take A, and get some shit done. But unfortunately, the FDR is going to rip into these guys, and hopefully their overlapping AA is going to sustain them. But they are pretty close together, which is good. Ever play World of Warplanes? No, I'm sorry. I actually have not played that. Right, so Venezia, they're climbing back on this AFK Stalin. Could try to work on the Iowa, maybe? Yeah, Roosevelt takes the Georgia. This is still, like, hopefully the Stalin's able to get out of there. But maybe we can actually do this. Maybe we can try to bunker up against the Stalin. Or bunker the Stalin up. Pop the heel. Iowa did use a fighter, though. So we don't get to linger, we just get to bail. Double sit. Woot. They're pushed off. Balti might be able to take Alpha as long as the CV doesn't light him, and I think we just try to harden this shit up. Because right now, these guys just by themselves are pushing all this shit back, which is pretty cool. Stalin's pretty hurt though, but he has island cover, so maybe he doesn't come in on that. I think he goes on the Hizen. Stalin pushes forward, which screws the line. And he might be running low on planes. No, he tries to hook in. Oh, he is going for the Hizen. Alright. Alright, so let's play a little Captain Cockblock here, because he's only got the 3 planes. Is he really going to linger with this? I guess that's a yes. It's fine. Can do that. So well, no, I guess we're not because of the thunderstorm front or whatever, but so he bailed. And I'll come back with bombs. I'm just gonna try and harden this up. We're taking A, which is great. Hopefully these guys don't overcommit. I'm just gonna kind of lock this shit down from the Roosevelt coming in, which means he's gonna come over here, but these guys are really heavily grouped. That's 4 ships all together. So I'm gonna lock this position down. Maybe I can threaten the Tirpitz. I don't have the heel yet though, but I can still try to hold. And I need to be careful with my broadside, because I mean, Musashi, Thunderer Fire could rip into me. He's probably heading over here. Give them a heads up. Go ahead and do that. I think I bombed the Tirpitz. Yeah? How far do we have? He could try to latch this and pull it to the Tirpitz. Pull the fighter off, maybe? Should be okay. Fighters might latch here, but they still take a time to set up. If you're gonna use defensive planes, you want to defend earlier rather than later. We're gonna come back in. Nice. And we're gonna refighter this. We got 30 seconds still on this. FDR is staring at this. He's not going in. Yeah, he dropped a fighter. That's not gonna peel these off, but it will stop me from going for the Tirpitz. Means I probably go for the Musashi. And we have 17 seconds on this. So I drop here. Re-drop, and I think we just dive the fighter. Is okay, we can do that. We have a heal, we can heal through as we dive on the Tirpitz, I think. Pop the heal. Pop the engine boost, pop the heal. Take the drop. Cool, so we murdered 6 planes pre-drop, good. We're coming back out to refighter. Hopefully these guys don't get dunked, but if anything, we're just kind of bunkering this up. We're making this take a lot of time. These guys are taking map advantage. We have caps. We're making this take time. The CV can't come over and just breach this easily. Tago gets clocked. Good. Pop the heel, so we're going to get multiple drops off here. Those are all a little low, but no sits. Woot. Thunderer is worth paying attention to. We can keep him off of our fighter. I mean, at least it keeps the FDR at bay for a little bit. Slam on the... No, I can't. He's just moving too fast. Tirpitz AA is not great. And we can start pulling to the south and bait these guys into chasing us. Tirpitz AA is really not good. But I don't think I can make this turn. Nope, I screwed up the drop. Hizen has no health. He's over here, but I mean, we got a whole shitload of teammates over here, so cool for that. I think we have to keep bombing the turpits, really. Like, what else do we have? Hizen goes down. So I'm pulling my carrier down here, so theoretically they could go over and fight my teammates. That's an option that they could do. Or they could chase me to the edge of the map. And if I'm pulling them away from cap objectives, I mean, that's technically a victory condition for me, because they're not getting anything done. Okay, CV's making shit happen over there, which is a problem. I need to kill, or I need to bomb this turpits, get the reset, and I need to, like, do it. I need to, like, do it a long time ago. Keep running, please. I'll take them all the way to J10 if they want. I will do that. That is fine. Fuck. I don't get a reset here. I don't get a good reset here. Maybe I just take the drop. That's what I do. Just take the drop. Just give me something. Something. Give me a reset. Got a single citadel. Cool. Go back out with rocket planes, try to get multiple resets. Thunder is nowhere close to taking Bravo. I don't even know what the hell these dudes are doing. I don't care. Pop the engine boost so I can get the fuck back there and get the reset. My apologies if I haven't sworn before, but I do have the channel labeled as mature because I do swear. Gaming is a pretty personal hobby for me, so I kind of knew going into this that I was probably going to be swearing as I play, so my apologies if y'all are not about that life. As a fun knowledge point, the reason that I swear.
Autopilot mode disabled. Fighter airborne.
Ugh. Do we have more fighters? I do on the rockets. Could do that. That's probably gonna ricochet. It does. Do that.
Autopilot. Fighter airborne.
So we should have this fighter latch, although I dropped it way too late. But still, Daka Daka. It's doing the thing. And then the other one comes in, so all those planes are dead. He got 2 of them out, but 10 of them are dead. Maybe I shot down some. I do have some more fighters, but it's going to take him a while to get all the way back. Cool. So Tirpitz is still down there. We can keep harassing him. Sucks that I can't get the reset though. I should have paid attention. I think I took off with Torps when this little indicator thing, which is a mod, it's in the mod station, told me that I don't have any Torps to use. I'm trying to shoot above the water line because the water line on a battleship has really thick armor because it's trying to protect the citadel. Whereas the I think we could turn in. Whereas above it, you're gonna have like a thinner strip of armor that's below the superstructure, but above that heavy belting, and you can pen into that. If I want to try World of Warplanes, you'll send me an invite. One of the first games that I played on computer, like cool games or whatever, was LucasArts X-Wing. So I mean, like, I do like flight games, but I don't actually play this because it has planes. Like, that's not really the draw. The reason I enjoy CV is because I spend most of my time playing this as though it's like a tabletop board game. You know, I'm looking at what the enemy's doing, I'm looking at the positions, and it's only when I'm about to make a drop that I even look over on this main screen. I tend to find that to be the most interesting part about the play. Yeah, now these guys are separated and they're getting ripped up, which is no bueno. Please turn. Who knows? Maybe. Got him. Good. Needed resets on the Thunderer. Ooh, and the FDR is pushing. Interesting. Well, whatever. We could do that. That's fine. If I got resets on this, maybe that probably would have been the better drop. No, I have to do this. I have to run. Because, I mean, at this point, we just don't have the materials to be able to kill people. Should be dropping the lion, not the thunderer, but I'm already committed. It's 3 minutes, though. We have a pretty healthy point lead for what it's worth. No citadels. Womp womp. Could try to bomb the lion. Could also try and strike the FDR. Might be the better choice. I don't... Alaska's dead. Lion, maybe. Full health. Do I work on the Thunder? Do I work on the Lion? Do I work on the FDR? No. Lion has the super heal. I think I work on the FDR. That's what I do. I work on the FDR. Try to threaten this, pull him off of our battleships. We got, well, probably a tasty chunk. I don't know what it was. 5 citadels is 15, so maybe like 18k. It's not quite enough, but whatever. I do still have 2 fighter planes. It will eventually take A, but 2 minutes. There's still 400 points. If we lose the Thunder and the Nevsky, that's going to be a 260 point swing, so we're still up quite a bit. I don't know, I guess I just go for this. How many rocket planes? I have another strike in. I have pre-dropped because of this fighter that he's got. Although I think we eat flak there, which sucks, but this is a one-way trip anyway, right? Cool. Back in with the 5. We got six citadels there. Another 30,000, I think, into him.
Our team depends upon you.
Yep. We're just gonna keep working on the FDR, see if there's something that we can threaten there. It's a minute 30. I think we have the point presence. We can force him off with the bombs. $22. We don't have kill pressure on this. He probably turns in. Yeah? Yeah, he does. It's fine. If he's busy patrolling or using his CV, he's not killing me. Which is fine. 50 seconds. Torps. Just keep him busy. If he kills this, I still have 1 fighter in reserve off the remaining rocket planes that I can use to protect myself. 46,000. No. Shouldn't be doable. 30 seconds. We're fine. Solo warrior? Oh, good. It's always nice to have solo warriors. Well, maybe I'll keep this one. Could do this as the match of the day. So often with the match of the day, just so you know, if I upload it to YouTube, it's because I consider the game to be fairly intense. Like, ooh, that was a good game, kind of thing. Flooded. But, so it's not always a win. Sometimes they are losses. Well, GG, rar. Oh, extremely satisfied, of course, rar. Really, when I look at that, I don't necessarily look at the team comp and stuff like that. What I look at is, you know, is the game functioning correctly? Is the game bug-free? Is the game doing what it's supposed to do? And it was. So, hey, pretty kicking. No super high XP, though. Yeah, they had great games over here. Because this would have been like a 2300 game if it was a win, because you get 50% more base XP. That needs to go to YouTube, definitely. Cool. The Stalin AFK cost them? Oh, yeah, that definitely would have been it. Yeah, no joke on that. We'll send the FDR some love. So it was a good duel.